If you got whack-ass hair, it's like impossible to be good looking. And I'm not saying that your hair has to be like amazing or anything like that, not at all. But if you want to be good looking, gentlemen, you gotta follow a few hairstyle rules. Today, in an attempt to help you not have whack-ass hair, gentlemen, I'm going over 7 hairstyle rules that all, not some, not most, all, including you, because have you looked in the mirror lately? Like, seriously, is it me or are you just getting better, more devastatingly handsome by the day? If you're ready, gentlemen, to not have whack-ass hair and continue to be incredibly, devastatingly good looking, why don't you drop me one of these to be like, Alpha, yes, that sounds amazing. Speaking of amazing, how's my hair? I'm kidding, not kidding. Gentlemen, the first rule that all good-looking guys follow in terms of their hair is not to have greasy, oily, dirty, or dandruffy hair. It doesn't matter how amazing or luscious your hair is, gentlemen. If it is dirty, if it is oily, if it is greasy, if it has a bunch of flakes, gentlemen, you are definitely screwing the pooch, not literally screwing a dog. That is a figure of speech for my foreign viewers, gentlemen. Screwing the hairstyle pooch and your good looks, because there's nothing that makes a dude look scuzzier than having oily, greasy, nasty, dirty, flaky hair. So I know that there are a lot of videos, a lot of tutorials online like, oh, stop washing your hair to have better hair. Don't believe the hype, gentlemen. Now, I'm not saying you need to wash your hair like every day, but if you're an oily dude, like if you at the end of the day are like oily, chances are your hair is also oily. And if you're skipping too many days, your hair is going to get weighted down. It's going to look dirty. It's going to look filthy. And if you've got dandruff, there is one thing that will stop it. You read that? Coal tar. You're like, coal tar? That sounds nasty. Gentlemen, it is kind of nasty. But the fact is, it stops the out of dandruff. One of the main reasons why your hair is looking all nasty and whack is because you're not following the second rule, gentlemen, which is thou shalt not use shitty products. There's a direct correlation between the quality of the hair product you're using and your hair's ability to be sexy. Because the truth is, guys, if you are using super cheap products, they're going to have a very high alcohol content. They're also going to have crappy ingredients. The reason why they sell these products as inexpensively as they do is because the ingredients are crap. Guys, spend a little more money and invest in a higher quality hair product. Not only is your hair going to look better, it's going to be healthier, it's also going to perform better, and you're going to need to use less product. If you're using a lot of product every time you style it, chances are you need to follow the third rule, which is use the correct product. If you're using the wrong type of hair product, gentlemen, your hair is not going to look the way you want it to look. It's also possibly going to look bad. The 3 main factors that you need to consider when identifying and picking the perfect product, all right? They are, what hairstyle are you going for? Also, how much shine and how much hold. Those 3 factors are going to determine the product that's going to be best for your hair, but it all boils down to the 4th rule, which is, it's all about being honest with yourself, your hair, your texture, your density, because the truth is, one of the reasons why a lot of dudes' hair like looks totally whack is that they're trying to do something that their hair was never meant to do. It's all about embracing the hair that you have. This also means that if you are thinning, you're receding, you do not try to cover it up. You are losing your hair, gentlemen, you have 2 options. The first option is you need to shave that shit off or take it super short. Do not be one of those dudes who gets like a hairpiece, or you're the dude that tries to like cover it up and act like it's not happening. And the second option, gentlemen, if you are starting to thin or you're in the beginning stages of hair loss, gentlemen, you need to stop it, which is actually something that I decided to do last week. I think my hair has started to thin. Actually, I know it has. A few months ago, I noticed, I was like, my hair just doesn't feel as like thick as it used to be. I had this like little like spot that I'm like, yeah, I don't remember that being there. And so I started going down the rabbit hole, looking at like all my old videos and like trying to analyze. What I've come to realize is that my hairline is not going anywhere. I'm not like patchy in terms of like baldness, but the overall thickness of my hair is getting less. See, fuck. Now, I know you're like, yo, see, there's another one, damn it. All right, so you lose on average like 80 to 100 hairs a day. And I know that, but the truth is, I've started to pay more attention when I started to realize that I think my hair is actually getting thinner. I was telling my wife, I was like, yo, I think I'm starting to thin a little bit. She's like, you're crazy. I'm like, I'm not freaking crazy. And even if I am a little crazy, I'm going to do something about it. And that is why I actually signed up at Bosley Rx. So Bosley is today's video sponsor. I've talked about Bosley a zillion times. They are the hair doctors, right? They've been in the hair game for 45 years. So Bosley Rx essentially is a modern approach to hair loss medication being sent directly to you to your home, right? Now, there are other companies out there that do that, but honestly, most of these companies were like tech startups. They knew that there was a market, they got funding, a bunch of funding, and they decided to start a company. Bosley, they're the hair doctors. Like I said, they have been in the hair business for 45 years. Bottom line is, I trust Bosley. I've been in to talk to the doctors, I've seen what they do, and for me, if I'm dealing with my hair and my hair loss, I am definitely using Bosley, and that is the reason why I was so excited when I heard about the fact that they were launching Bosley Rx. Guys, I'm going to link to it down below if you guys want to go check it out. So essentially, Bosley Rx is going to ship prescription, FDA-approved hair loss medications directly to your door. I went through the process. Guys, it is super convenient. It is super easy. The way that it works, guys, there's a link down below to go check out Bosley Rx. When you hit that link, guys, the first thing you're going to do is actually select your plan, all right? So for me, I went with the finasteride 1 milligram, but the other option is finasteride 1 milligram plus minoxidil 5% or the full package, which is pretty amazing. So once you pick your plan and register, then you complete the survey. The survey is like pretty in-depth, but it's not like hard or anything like that. It also involves like uploading like photos of yourself. And so I put photos of like my forehead, my hairline, and I felt kind of funny doing it because I know that, a lot of people that see me are like, yo, he's crazy, he's not losing your hair. Gentlemen, I know that I'm starting to lose my hair, and there's another fuck. Once you complete the survey, a physician will actually review it, and then if approved, they're going to send you your medication direct to your door. Because Bosley has been such an incredible sponsor, guys, that link down below is going to give you like your first month free off of 2 of the options. You're going to get free shipping, and the consultation is free. Guys, it's like seriously the easiest thing out there. So guys, if you're thinking you might be losing it, you're not sure, you notice a few extra hairs on your pillow or in the drain or when you dry your hair, guys, do not wait. Now is the time. It's super affordable, super easy, and Bosley Rx, like I said, Bosley is, in my opinion, the hair doctors, and there's nobody else that I trust with this. The 5th hairstyle rule that all good-looking guys follow is not waiting too long in between cuts like I did. You see this action? By my ear, I look like a savage. Maybe savage is a little aggressive, but the bottom line, gentlemen, is that in order to keep your hairstyle looking the best it can possibly look, you got to make sure you are routinely getting it trimmed up, all right? If it gets a little bit crazy around your ears, the back of your neck, these are the 2 areas that make hairstyles look bad quick. So our hair grows at around ½ inch a month, 6 inches a year, right? Now the truth is, if you're waiting a whole month in between haircuts, typically your cut is going to grow out to the point of which its styling is going to get a little more challenging. And so what I'd recommend is when you go in to get a cut, before you leave, actually set the next appointment. Go into your calendar, make a reminder, because by the time you realize that, yo, my hair's a little bit out of whack, typically it's going to be really out of whack. Speaking of getting your hair cut, gentlemen, the 6th rule that all good-looking guys follow is knowing whether or not they need a barber or a stylist. So just like all hairstyles were not created equal, all hairstylists and barbers were definitely not created equal. Some are amazing, some are crappy, some will listen to you, some won't listen to you. And it all boils down to finding one that is going to work best for you and your hairstyle, all right? So a general rule of thumb is that barbers are going to be better at doing fades. The downside to barbers is that they're not technically so amazing with the top of your hair. Typically, if you go to a barber, you know the drill, right? They'll spend like 20 minutes fading out your hair. The top, they comb it over, they pull it, and they cut it, right? Not a lot of detail, not a lot of dimension. A stylist, on the other hand, isn't as great with clippers doing the fades, but they're gonna be a lot better at styling and texturing the hair. And if you're not 100% satisfied with your haircut or your style right now, gentlemen, it might be time to find somebody else to actually cut your hair. Now, what I'd recommend is actually ask for a hair referral. If you've got a friend that's got like super badass hair, ask them where they go. Which brings us to the 7th hairstyle rule that all good-looking men follow, which is have a plan prior to going to get it cut. One of the main reasons why your hair may look whack, gentlemen, is you don't have a plan, you don't have a direction when you go to sit down to get your hair cut from a barber stylist, right? You'll just sit down, they'll be like, what do you want to do? And you're like, wrong answer. Gentlemen, you got to have a plan. You got to have a picture. you need a direction. And so prior to going in to get your hair cut, what I'd recommend is Google. Gentlemen, go to Google and find the style that you're going for. Bring your stylist a picture of the hairstyle you're going for. And don't just be like David Beckham hair, because the truth is, David Beckham has a ton of different hairstyles. It's all about finding one that you want to try and replicate. And then another tip is to bring your hair product with you when you get it cut. Bring the current product that you're using in with you when you go get your hair cut, and show the stylist or barber, say, hey, is this gonna work for the style I'm going for? They're gonna say yes or maybe no. Once your haircut is finished, ask them to use your product in order to style your hair. Guys, it's all about having a dialogue with your hairstylist or barber to ensure that your hair looks amazing, right? They're there to support you, to help you, but you gotta help them, help you, help them, help you. And that's it, gentlemen. 7 hairstyle rules that all good-looking guys, including you now, are gonna follow to have amazing hair and continue to be devastatingly handsome and good looking.